Hi, we are today releasing our reasonably significant upgrade to our email and SMS automation system. And this video is going to be reasonably short, under 10 minutes, and it's really designed for those who have not used the Glide system. So it includes a very quick intro to the key facts about Glide and then a very quick review of the email system. So first of all, key things we think you need to know about Glide. Essentially, Glide is a workflow management system and all job creation is automatic. So jumping onto a client card here, systems are active and you basically have an automatic creation date here. Jobs are created. Jobs include all deadlines, all targets, etc., etc., etc. That's important for emails because you can't fully rely on a system if you need to be separately checking that jobs actually exist. Second really important fact about Glide, for those that haven't seen it before, is really just the sheer level of configuration. So we're looking at a job card. We have the current stage here, and for every stage you'll have one or more progress buttons. So you push the progress button to record progress. The button can go wherever it needs to go. You can have as many stages as you like, and it executes any number of workflow actions. That's relevant for understanding the email system because one way of triggering an email is actually on here when you have a workflow action. So for example, clicking books and records chased, that can trigger an email which is written using a template to actually chase the information from this client. So yeah, that I think is the few very basic facts you probably need to know about Glide. So let's jump into looking at the new system. We've got the messaging system here in the menu. And important kind of new bit to those that had used the more basic version before is the template editor. So you'll see a button for every single workflow system you set up. Bear in mind, of course, you can create whatever systems you like. These are largely speaking the Glide templates. You can also have client level messages for messages that aren't linked to a job. And probably quickest thing to do to keep the video short is just to look at one that I've done already. So as a reminder, let's edit this one. Message subject is the email subject, VAT submission reminder, and this is the message I've put together here. And what you can see is kind of a nice preview of it here. Hi, recipient first name, recipient versus client is an important concept that I will try and cover in this video. And this is the sort of thing we're doing with this system. So this is just a reminder that VAT return for the quarter ending, and then you have a tag there that drops in the job date. It's due to be submitted prior to, and then we can drop in the deadline. Of course, those deadlines are calculated by the system automatically, caters for unusual situations like first year end, company's house, that sort of thing. We would be grateful if you could submit your information by and I'm actually dropping in here a target date. So I should have covered this in the review of the job card, that we have actual dates when things are actually done and target dates. So target dates are a way of having your own internal service level aspiration, turnaround targets, whatever you want to call them. So they are different from the deadlines. Please contact me if you have any queries. Kind regards, and then the manager, first name, surname. Just to run through all the tags, we've got miscellaneous ones, dates, ways to address people, that sort of thing. We have the reference to the client name. So in the case of a limited company, that's going to be ABC Limited. Reference to the manager and partner on the job in the system here. Recipient, this is the actual human being, the actual person that is receiving a message, so for personal introductions. And if you're going to use that, you would want to actually look at the way in which we link individuals to clients. We have all the client data, so on that client card that we briefly saw, you can set up any number of custom fields and you can have all the information there. Job data, really important one. So job date, that is in this case the VAT period end, so most probably the quarter end or month end or year end if you have any clients that have different frequencies. But on other systems it would be things like the year end, the pay date, the confirmation statement, made up date, that sort of thing. And we then have any deadlines, just the one on the VAT. Those that use the accounts template will be seeing three: accounts due at company's house, CT 600 submission, CT payment deadline. Some information about the member of staff that's holding the job. We can then drop in any of our target dates, any of our actual dates, and any custom data fields from our job data. Plenty of options to make these things kind of look nice as well. So that's how we do a template editor. We think this is really powerful. It really kind of pulls all of that data you're building up, all the information out of the Glide system. I'm 5 minutes in, so I'm going to jump onto the next bit. how do we actually trigger these messages? There's 4 opportunities to have these triggered in a either automatic or in a manual but very time-saving way. First of all, the 2 automated ones. Let's go into the edit workflow systems. We'll see that I've got 2 set up on my VAT returns already. So workflow routes is where we actually create all of the elements that form our job cards. So for example, here is a stage and there's my 2 buttons, and here are the actions that we're triggering. So first one to mention is the workflow action, and I think my example might well be down here on reviewed consent to client. Yes. So when that button is pressed, we have a workflow action that will send an email using a template. And the template I'm sending is VAT return progressed, the one we just looked at. And this here confirms how the system will obtain the correct email address. So it's either doing a basic search of the client fields. Be careful for things like limited companies that won't pick up the recipient tags, or it's looking for a contact linked to the client which is tagged, and the tags are fully customizable. We'll have a quick look at that in a second. So that's the workflow action. It either gets, when you click the button, it either gets sent immediately or it gets queued for human review. Depends on your settings. The second automated message system is actually the alerts here. So I have another one set up already right here, and it's linked to a deadline. We can link to the job date, so that would be the VAT quarter end in this case, or a deadline. Where we go for a deadline, we choose the deadline. Again, there's only one on this system. We can either have it sending for every deadline or just those that are not completed. The number of days is the number of days before or after the date you've chosen. So this is going 10 days ahead of the deadline. I'm picking my template there. Again, I have the choice of basic client fields or a tag, and I'm delivering via email. I can also do SMS. There's also an SMS version of the workflow action down there. So those 2 methods will happen automatically. One when you push a progress button, one quite simply based on the proximity to a key date. The other 2 methods, one of them we can see right now today. It's a bulk operation on our client reporting area. So what you can do here is you can filter your client report to a subset of your clients, and you can trigger a client level message, and again selecting either the base client search or the tag. And soon to follow, but not quite visible today, is that we'll have a new bulk operation in our jobs reporting area. This one will be really good because what you can do here, is you can use all of these filters that we have on the jobs reporting area. So for example, I want to see all accounts due at Companies House in the next 2 months. I want to only see ones that are not ticked. I want to see ones that are with a particular member of staff or that are a particular partner, manager, etc., particular year end. Filter this right down, and then soon we'll have another bulk operation here. So another idea that people have mentioned with this one is that you might just say, right, I want to see all of those that are in the awaiting information stages, and you can trigger a chase up email to them. So that one's to follow soon. Final thing to mention, a couple of minutes to go. How does the system find the appropriate email address? If when you are teeing up the email, you select that basic client search, then it will look for the field that is tagged as being the email field. So most of the Glide systems have used templates that have email 1, email 2. And what we can see if we go to edit additional client fields is that email 1 is tagged as email. Now on an SMS, if you use the basic client search, it will find the mobile that is tagged as being mobile. So that's the basic one. That's fine. Obviously, if you've just got 1 mobile number per client, or if you've got 1 email per client, and if you don't wish to use the recipient tags. If, however, you want to use the recipient tags, and I thoroughly recommend it, or if you want 2 people to be able to, 2 or more people to be able to receive the same email for the same client, or if you want another way of filtering down who receives these emails, you need to set up contacts. So for every client, you have a contacts tab. You can add contacts. This will include all of your existing individual clients. So anyone that's on the system as an individual client is in here. You can also have other contacts, people that aren't clients of yours. You can set them up. Either create new ones, or if you've already got them on the system, simply link them to another client. You can put a little note in here to describe the relationship, and crucially you can apply tags. So I can tag Donald there as primary. I can add tags. The tags are fully customizable. So in this situation, if an email was triggered in relation to the VAT tag, it would only go to Donald. If I added the tag to Ben, it would go to Donald and Ben. So you really can use this as a way of filtering down who gets these emails, potentially to no one, potentially to multiple people. So we think it's a really flexible system. I've hit the 10 minutes, so I'll sign off this video here. If we can be of any help at all, or if you'd want a demo of the system or any parts of Glide system, obviously just get in touch with the usual methods, which I think will pop up on the screen now. Thanks very much. Cheers.